yeah, let's see this. Akash Singh can't defend this anymore. I gotta see what the hell's been going on with this boy.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. The top like 4 songs when I came back for my sophomore year: Click, Pop That, Bands Make Her Dance, Birthday Cake, The 2 Chainz, Birthday is your birthday. I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses. I was shopping at Rainbow. I was eating buffalo chicken wraps every day. I was straightening my hair with my French tips. Like, you could not tell me nothing. And I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
Hello?
So it's like, ugh.
I thought you were supposed to be a virgin. What? Chat, if you guys don't know who this woman is, this is Akash Singh's, the comedian's wife. Apparently, Akash Singh and his wife were supposed to be virgins together. She was 25 and I'm pretty sure he was like 30, 35. Damn. They were both supposed to took each other's virginities, but this woman's like, oh hell no, I had that roster of men blowing my back out. Popped what? Exactly, hey. All the frat boys, exactly, she said all the white frat boys were getting a piece of this ass. This is an equal opportunity booty.
Sometimes it like literally hurts my heart. And when the nostalgia is that painful, guess what I have to watch? This.
Hey, yo. Hey,
the only thing that'll give me a little quick fix.
Mind you, that's somebody's whole wife. That is a man's whole wife. Popping on the internet to strangers. Now, I've tried so hard to stay out of married people's business on this platform.
No, we got to get into
the Aisha Curry and Steph Curry drama. I didn't get into the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith drama.
That was a good one.
Simply due to the fact that different people do different things. I know in my engaged life,
it gets worse.
I'm not going to be blasting myself on the internet, and neither will my wife. But, you know, celebrities got a whole different
in rotation.
But
exactly.
Specifically when it comes to this Akash situation where his wife continuously keeps embarrassing him on the internet, I cannot avoid it any longer. For those of you who don't know, Akash Singh is the Indian comedian who is a co-host on the Flagrant podcast. Now, he has been judged in the media before for being a punching bag to Andrew Schultz.
2 days later, they're like,
you were right there for 9/11.
Son, your boy was right there.
New Yorker.
Son, I was there.
You were a New Yorker.
Back then. I was a New Yorker.
You were a New Yorker.
And you? What were you doing? Planning it?
Hey, yo.
Damn.
Criticisms of that saying, how could you let...
Damn. Oh my God. Now that's, hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's one of those good jokes. That's what Fan was supposed to be telling back at the goddamn streamer wars. Hey, top right hand corner. If you guys ever seen that, god damn, don't forget to like and subscribe. That was, bro said, what were you doing? Planning it? God, I ain't gonna lie, that one was good.
Let Andrew Schultz do this. That's a guy that you don't know for the most part. He's just a co-host. Sure, he's been a friend of yours, but why would you let a friend talk to you like that? Well, as we're finding out and how things are unfolding, we are discovering that, hey, Akash lets everybody talk to him like that, even the people that he's wedded to. While you're here and you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button. It'll be greatly appreciated. Now back into the video. The thing that makes all of this worse in the Akash Singh situation is that he has been painting his wife to be some sort of good and wholesome woman this entire time on the internet.
A real goody two-shoes.
Her, he just has the utmost positive and wholesome things to say about her. She's basically a church mouse.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this: do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what? But she was like, she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Now, if you take that clip and the clip that we showed at the beginning of this video, those two are in direct conflict with each other. Somebody can't be innocent and not doing anything and a virgin to all of a sudden hop into the lane of pussy popping. I think Akash...
With a rotation, by the way, of white frat boys, not just pussy popping, rotation. It wasn't just like, oh, I was popping my pussy for my boyfriend then. It's like, all right, you know, that makes sense. You know, you had a boyfriend then. It's like, all right, that makes sense. No, she said, oh, no. If you were in a frat and what? Oh, you were getting some pussy. All right, you were getting some pussy. I don't even want to hear about it. I don't care if you said no. You were taking this brown girl pussy. Oh my God. My sink is broken. I can hear the water tap. Hey, sounds like you getting yourself a new fishbowl.
Felt okay to say these things because ultimately it would never go up on the internet. Nobody would ever challenge him, et cetera, et cetera. You know, it's not like somebody from the past would ever step into the limelight and say, hey, I did know your wife back in the day. She was at those frat parties. We were doing X, Y, and Z. He felt clean and clear to say these things. He never suspected that his own biggest op was laying in bed next to him. Because when his wife starts to get on social media and explain some of these things, it really exposes how disconnected they are.
So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore.
Oh my god. Chad. She was supposed to be a virgin, by the way, Chad. She was supposed to be his little wallflower. This was supposed to be the love of his life, a woman he would lose his virginity to. Alright, she told him she was a virgin whenever they met. And here she is telling a story about how some guy was deep in them guts. Them booty guts, by the way, Chad. I don't know how you can explain this way. She doesn't even kiss him. Exactly. How do you explain this away? Succubus. What? I just tuned in. Right now we're talking about the Akash Sigh and his wife basically humiliating the shit out of him, talking about how she was a virgin to him and getting to marry him, claiming that she's a virgin. But then she's on her podcast telling a story about how she got that booty blasted. It got blasted.
I remember that what kind of porn do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch porn while using a vibrator. What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
Wait a minute.
I'm just thinking like my own husband while I'm like doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
Oh my god. Oh my, she can't even think about her own husband while jacking off. Oh my, bro, Akash, there's no, I want to be honest here, I feel like Akash kind of has to take this now because they are married. Like, bro was like, I'm not trying to lose it all now. I'm not trying to lose half of everything now. Like, he kind of has to deal with this. Even though there was probably red flags from the beginning. Well, there were red flags from the beginning. I'm pretty sure they're going to get into it. But, oh my god, Chad. There's no way she's going to be like, oh my god, thinking about your husband while you're jacking off? I could never. Ew. Gross. Disgusting. But the other men, now that's hot. Oh my god. This is Idub's level of cucketry.
Yeah.
You could never think of your husband?
You and your husband split finances. And I'm going to be really fucking honest.
I don't.
We don't.
First of all, that's a fucking red flag. I'm not, like, no joke. I love you girls. If you want to work, all for that, whatever. But, like, any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a fucking red flag. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street.
Oh
his money is our money, and my money is my money.
Oh, I'm sorry. God. That does not sound like the same church mouse girl that was being described by Akash Sigh.
That's legitimately a prostitute, Chad. Akash married a prostitute, by the way. Let's just call a spade a spade. He married a woman of the night. We're gonna call a spade a spade. This is not a innocent little girl. All right, that's just the veneer she puts on to lure her prey. Her prey is old, desperate, lonely men, which Akash Sigh literally was, by the way, whenever they met. An old, lonely, desperate man that has a lot of money that she could mooch off of. And it worked. She married him. The man's a millionaire. And now she's doing whatever she wants. Nina India. Oh my god. Lord. Nina India, my guy. Bro really said Nina India. What? It continues, by the way, Jay. It continues.
No, I was about to say that I think every successful man's biggest fear is not having a Savannah James in his corner. There's this idea and perception that LeBron James is married to Savannah, and Savannah is very wholesome, very behind the scenes, very quiet, very reserved, and ultimately she doesn't cause any stress in his life. But I would just honestly say that I think that this is everybody's biggest fear. Marrying a partner who is going to put you on blast and throw you under the bus on Front Street. We've seen those TikTok videos online where a partner throws somebody under the bus at a party. Oh, you know, Jared always leaves his underwear on the bathroom floor. Oh, Janice can't decide on which type of restaurant she wants to eat at. This right here, though, is another level. And their whole relationship, even from their wedding video, seems like it's built foundationally on some weirdo stuff.
There's no way a girl this beautiful doesn't break my heart. I was like, there's no way this isn't gonna end with me with egg on my face. And there's no way this is like a good person. You don't understand, girls that look like you are not like you. That's not a real thing that exists in most guys' minds. And she turned out to be the real thing. I was more and more comfortable with what it meant. I understood better and worse what that really means, for better or for worse. I understood that this is something that is a lifelong commitment, and I just felt slowly more and more confident that this was the girl that was gonna be willing to go through everything with me, that I was willing to go through everything with. Since the wedding, again, like I said, there's so many layers to this girl. I understand her more and more every day, and this is 8 years I'm still learning about this person. I really do fall more in love with her the more I get to know her.
But Akash, do you really know her? Like, do you really know her? Well, I'm
he
so
know
upset
her.
I didn't pick up on this story earlier. Now, the thing about these online commentators and the slippery slope that they exist on is the fact that their real life starts to get put on display and people get to pick apart the hypocrisy in their words. It's kind of a part of the reason why I don't really put my fiance on the internet. It's also a reason why I don't commentate on a lot of these like real life scenarios and situations. Trust me, I've seen firsthand it blow up in your face when you talk about relationships and then you do something that's out of pocket, like step out on your partner or hit them or, you know, whatever the case may be. I've seen how it can blow up in people's faces. And that's exactly what Akash is facing right now to this day. Because he has been at the forefront of conversations when it comes to other people's relationships, now he is getting exposed for being a hypocrite.
She wasn't even remorseful.
When he says entanglement and he questions the word, she gets irritated. She's like, that's what I said, entanglement. Like, bitch, you cheated, bro. I'm the one getting embarrassed, and then I call you out on wording, and you get, yeah, that's what I said. This is a bit of a cucky take, but it's out there that he is in an emotionally abusive relationship.
Bro, you can't be calling motherfuckers out like this now. Chad, he does not have the authority to speak. Your speaking stick has been revoked. Your speaking license has been revoked. You are no longer an authority on this situation. I'm sorry, gosh. You literally did it to yourself. I don't know what else to say. I have no idea what else to say, Chad. Man, you know he didn't get prenupped. Oh, no, this is a full fat marriage, all right? He walked into this with his millions of dollars. She has no money, and this is how she speaks about him.
And that's why he cares so much about what she thinks and her reaction to something.
You think that your girl has slept with 3 times the amount of guys she's told you?
Did you just? Yeah, I want to hear about a couple of the previous.
Why you want to hear?
I just want to see.
That's what are you gonna get jerking off to?
She got good taste.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's
Oh, this man.
And I get that life
He
happens.
loves that
Before
cuck.
you
He
get
loves that
high
cuck.
and mighty about your relationship, the life you're living, etc., etc. Make sure that you are using your voice accordingly. Otherwise, people are gonna start pulling clips about you, acting as if you were just safe in your glass house, nothing could affect you, and use it against you later down the line. That's exactly what people did when they saw you bash Myron and Walter for the way that they were dealing with their relationships and their content.
What I
Don't
don't
get me wrong,
like,
Myron and
what I
Walter are
find
bad in their
corny
relationships
as
as well.
fuck Is my preference is not my women. You guys have established yourselves as role models. From simps to pimps, which is another motto I find kind of corny, but I looked into what you guys are about. And a lot of the shit is just childish.
And even if I ultimately do disagree with the way that Myron and Walter go about creating their content, talking about what they do, their life, etc., etc., one thing that I don't agree with ever is being this high and mighty voice, playing as if you're superior, as if you have it all figured out, but simultaneously bashing others, especially when life exists. It's just, I understand that there's so much nuance in black and white. So with that that being said, Akash, you're now being held to the same exact standards. So when your now wife decided that she wasn't going to take the Savannah James route, she was actually going to get on these podcasts and she was actually going to step on you, disgust you, say these nasty things, the whole community, the entirety of the internet seems to be surrounding you, you know, kind of looking at you saying, what are you going to do? Because your wife is on the internet talking about how she's attracted to other men, specifically her friend's husband, and saying that she wants to get into an orgy with him?
Did y'all ever have an orgy with your husband?
Rhea,
She tried.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because this couple is so fucking good looking, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband.
No, I kind of love it, but I'm like, us for it? Okay, maybe.
I just know that Nav's dick.
Hey, yo.
Oh, yo!
You would only be down for an orgy
If your wife talking about her friend's husband like that, just know you wasn't the first choice. All right. If anything, she's jealous. She's just like, I'm just waiting for y'all motherfuckers to break up. She's like, if y'all break up, shit, I'm coming in. Oh my God. You were runner up. I don't even know if Akash was runner up. All right. But you're runner up in her head. There's another man that can fill your shoes. They live in an alimony state. He's cooked. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even know what we can do for Akash things. I think he just needs to move back to India and just never renounce his citizenship in America, move to India, and just live out the rest of his days there. I don't think he can be in America anymore. Because the amount of money he would probably have to pay this woman for alimony would probably be ridiculously high. I feel bad for the boy. But also, he kind of did put this on himself, though. He was the one calling other people cucks, by the way, and calling them weird. And then his ass out here got a wife that's like, oh no, if you break up with your husband today, shit, that's my husband now. I'm like, hell, you want to sleep with my husband? You want to trade husbands? I'm down to trade husbands if you want to. I'm like, shit, we can do like some Pokemon cards. Let's trade husbands. Come on. Would you like to have an orgy where you sleep with my husband? I get to sleep with your handsome man. Ooh. This man.
It's thick. I will say, like, Akash is such a fucking king. Like, everyone knows he's the best husband, and I don't often find men that measure up to him. And, like, Nav completely
you just
measures
did.
up to him, if not more.
There's a difference being a scammer and being a hustler. Two very different
things. Y'all were right there doing.
I'm a hustler who scams a little bit. I'm not a scammer who hustles.
I'm not gonna lie,
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if you want to be Indian talking about scamming. By the way, Chad, I don't know if you want that to be a part of your recognition, brother. That's not a good thing. Just letting you know, that's not a good thing at all. Indian scammer. That's not a good thing. Just letting you know, my guy. Just letting you know you don't want to be known for scamming. But apparently, I don't understand what is so hot about him that isn't in. I guess maybe the forehead might be slightly smaller, but it seems like they got the same forehead. Like I'm sorry, but they kind of look like brothers. I'm like they kind of just look like brothers. I don't understand what's the difference. Maybe he has a fuller beard. Like motherfucker, they look the same in my opinion. Like, I don't understand. What's the difference? What is the big enough difference to where you're like, oh my God, he's so much hotter than him? I'm like, they're both pretty handsome. Like, I'm not saying they're ugly. Like, they're both pretty handsome. I don't understand the difference. Like, maybe he could work on his confidence a little, but I'm like, same guy to me. Motherfucker just copy and pasted him.
It was sexy, and that's why I'm actively trying to have an orgy.
Whoa!
How do you think I have to keep up with her?
No, he be saying some boss ass shit. What is the stuff he says to you that I'm just like, that's fire?
Oh, now he puts his dick out on the table. I'm meeting Naz
Yeah!
and I will say I'm fucking nervous because
Don't
he
be
has
nervous.
the. Not to be weird, but he has
Emmy,
big
thanks for
dick
the follow-up.
energy, and he's
No,
he's a don. Let's face it. It's like I need to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's tomorrow.
I promise people I am not ready and I was not ready for this video. How are you calling others cucks when you're the biggest cuck? I didn't think he was in the room. I saw these snippets earlier, y'all.
Bro was in the room.
I did not believe he was actually in the room watching this stuff go down. Talk about big cuck energy. You might as well play with your nipples while she ogles the man right across from you, talking about how she... I stay out of married people's business. And they're comedians, and I get all that. Like, this is supposed to be ha ha he funny, I guess. But this is embarrassing. This is way too much. And this is way over the line. Now, y'all know I got a fiance, and everybody in their relationships does something differently. But I think that a lot of us would agree that if somebody was talking about their man like this while being in front of them, even if it was a so-called friend, there would be a major problem. But don't take my word for it. I asked my fiance, and here's what she had to say.
You forgot to say that 2 hours ago? Say what?
Yeah, that was crazy.
So she couldn't talk to me?
Hell nah. That wouldn't be my friend. My friends would never. Also, I don't find my friends' men attractive. Turn it on.
Not even in like a play we're joking way?
No. She has no.
Oh, see, he got her he got her under the thumb. He got her under the thumb right there. He got her under the thumb right there. He said, yeah. And say this. Read off the card. In reality, she's like, oh no, but Brandon, he is handsome. Brandon is handsome. You know Shelly's boyfriend? Ooh, yeah. That's in the back of her head. But hey, at least in public, she's like, what, Brandon? Ugliest nigga alive. No, fuck Brandon.
No boundaries. She will absolutely fuck your man. She'll fuck your brother. She'll fuck you. And not in a nice way. She'll fuck you over. It's weird that they're all...
Shit. I mean, she might fuck her sexually, too.
No, she's not gonna do that. She's gonna play and she'll never be honest about it, though. And then when it comes out, she's gonna look at you like she's crazy. Or like you're crazy. And then the husband...
She is crazy.
I'm not a part of the LGBTQ community. He may be a part of it, though.
Okay, all right. And that's Danielle, everybody. That's Danielle. And with that clip surfacing from that specific interview, Pandora's box opened up and started to obliterate Akash and his wife, especially when she started speaking up about her past and how quote unquote out there pussy popping she was, which is a contradiction based off of what he told us all these years about his wife.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through. So it's like,
no way.
Sometimes it like literally hurts my heart.
For those of you who don't know what popping pussy is, it's literally having sex, and her saying that she has a roster of guys, meaning that she was having sex with multiple guys at this frat house to the point where she is like low-key getting it off by thinking about it. I'm sorry, anybody who is deeply thinking about having sex with frat guys back in college or fantasizing about her best friend's fiance or husband's penis, that's a red flag. I'm actually surprised, and this may be their friend group, that's some weirdo shit. I know for a fact though that if my fiance specifically was having conversations with her best friend about me and she started talking penis talk, hey, what that penis do? I'm sexually attracted to this man's dick and he's got 10 inches. Girl, we fighting. And we find out this isn't something.
What are we fighting about? What are we fighting about? Hey, if I'm getting a compliment, why the hell would I care? As long as I'm being the one objectified, I'm fine with it. Just as long as I'm being objectified. Oh, sir, thank you for the 100 bits, my guy. Yo, thank you. Big hearts for sir, my boys. For the fish chips. Ooh, see, now that's good. Fish chips are delicious. Not snake chips, though. Those are disgusting. Oh my god, she really fucking over Akash. Again, I do kind of feel bad for Akash, but also he did do it to himself. He was the one calling others cucks and shit. I would say if all this came out and he wasn't the guy calling other men cucks for having different variations in the way that they deal with their relationships, then I would actually feel genuinely bad. Like, damn, bro, I understand it's like your first girl ever, and you were like 30, like, god damn, like, it's your first girl ever. I'm like, bro, hey man, you know, you win some, you lose some, but bro, I can't not feel bad for a guy that, like, not only his girl talks like this, probably before they even got in the relationship, they talked about this, but also on top of that, bro had no self-esteem at all to be like, do I have any other options? Anything, just even play the field. Like, bro, play the field, like, find something new. But like, no, he's like, no, it can only be her. She's my one and only, my rock.
Isolated event. Again, the internet lives forever. Akash's wife has always been disgusting and nasty in front of him towards their relationship, and nobody just cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit.
I'm like, but also, like, we can't do anything about her being disgusting and nasty in the relationship if Akash doesn't want to address the situation, right? You can tell a guy as many times, like, yo, your wife, I'm just saying, bro, she's been trying to fuck me. But as soon as she fucks him, you're gonna be like, hey, you're not allowed to do that. Hey, she said you guys were broken up. I thought you guys were broken up. I was getting some side ass. I don't know what you're talking about. Right? I'm pretty sure everyone has probably told Akash, hey Akash, My guy, hey, just letting you know, your wife kind of seems like a gold digger, and he probably just like, no. She only spends $500,000 a year. I'm like, come on, a real gold digger spends 1.2 million, and now she's spending 1.2 million a year. No. Inflation. You see, even though it was last year. Oh my god. But he just does not want to listen.
Green light. Dr. Trevor, what are we doing? So, Justine sustained a bruise through some physical activity at home. And we treat a lot of bruises here, bruises for many different reasons. And so we matched them later, called the 80 and that. Also, I heard you're single. Is that true?
What?
Because these people exist on the internet, you know I'm going to say my favorite thing. No.
Why is she just asking random men if they're single? With her ass out at the doctor's office. Asking a random doctor in the doctor's office with her ass out, by the way, are you single? And, we're just like, excuse me? Oh, shit. Yo, my guy, thank you for the Prime, my guy. Hype Train? What was Hype Train? Yo, thank you for the Prime, my guy. She's trying to jump ship. She's just trying to jump ship. Right now, she's with Akash, but she's like, the next motherfucker that wants some of this pussy, and they make over $100K a year, come and get it. It is your pussy to get popped on.
It's not like and subscribe. Although you should like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Hear their voices about the matter. We get to hear the backtracking of them two in these situations, explaining in real time what went wrong, how they could have avoided it, and what really happened. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it does not make it better at all.
I think people talking about the sore butthole story, because that was more kind of like an assault story, but I didn't want to label it as such because I didn't think it was super traumatizing, and I had already shared one. Right. And I feel like the internet has a quota for girls of like how many assault stories they could share, regardless of if it's true or not. Like, obviously,
you think the internet would be like, oh, every story she tells us she's
that's why
assaulted.
I didn't want to do that. So I was like, oh, this happened. I didn't really say it's okay.
So what happened, if you don't mind saying?
Well, I mean, so I was living in San Francisco, working on
Definitely
my
a
internship.
butt thing would happen there.
What?
Not shocking at all.
This is like when Tinder first came out. There was no Bumble. There was no Hinge. I met this guy on Tinder. Whatever. Like, we were like just feeling like the vibes, and I stupidly was like, oh, you can sleep over, but like not really wanting to hook up that much, because again, for me, like I was just like, okay, maybe we can make out and just like whatever and cuddle. But then I guess he wanted.
Was this guy Indian?
No, he was like way.
Yeah, he took it very differently. Yeah, I've learned this translation.
Wait, what
an Indian guy might understand what an Indian.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest here. Akash keeps bringing up Indian a lot. It seems like this woman likes a lot of things other than Indian. It's like, why does it matter if he was or wasn't Indian? This guy, from what your girlfriend's saying, assaulted her. I don't think it should or shouldn't matter if he was Indian or not. What does the Indian portion do for you? Does that make it to where it's a little bit better? It's like, oh, he was Indian. I understand. I understand it now. I understand why he was assaulted. He's like, bro, I don't like what? What does the Indian portion do for you? Does it justify the situation? Like, I don't understand. She's getting her cooter lasered. Exactly. Hence the glasses. Some random guy lasering her popped pussy. All right. And she's asking, are you single? It's like, excuse me? Man, that's very unprofessional. But if I was, would you pop that pussy inside this office right now? This guy is like, it basically is Ludwig. Girlfriend is out here embarrassing him, and he's just like, oh, no. Isn't he Pakistani? No, I'm pretty sure Akash Sigh is Indian, isn't he? Yes, Akash Sigh is an Indian-American comedian.
Indian girl means when she says we're hooking up. It doesn't mean we're fucking.
There's something concerning.
Most Americans.
That's why we don't
thrown
get it.
off by her inviting him over. Because when I've been
was
invited over, that usually means, oh, we're fucking.
No, I know that was again, stupid decision on my part. I was like 21, so it's like I really just like, I don't know, like I just was making bad decisions all around. So it's like, but I was like, okay, like we'll kiss, whatever. I don't remember, honestly, I don't even remember too much, but I just remember him like trying to like sneak a finger, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. Yeah. But like then the next day, like it was like kind of feeling sore, but it wouldn't, like if it had been anything else, it would, that would have been a whole other story. It would have been like, it would have teared something, So it was just like that.
Now, I will acknowledge, because we kind of sped past it, what she was describing would be classified as some sort of assault. How she depicted it on the internet was a bit lazy, but ultimately that's not right. We don't condone that over here. It's disgusting. I wouldn't have went on Flagrant and described it though, because they're going to joke about it and laugh about it and hee and ha. When you are there in order to clear your name in front of the internet streets about you disrespecting your husband. Now, that was just one clip though. Let's be super duper clear. And hey, we were too stupid to understand that clip because, we're not Indian, as Akash said. We're not an Indian man, so we don't understand the difference between going over and hooking up actually meaning sex versus going over, sleeping over, hanging out, hooking up meaning just a kiss. So
who the fuck calls kissing hooking up, by the way, Chad? The whole point of hooking up is something's getting hooked. I don't think you're hooking your lips together. Like, who the fuck is like, oh no, yo, me and my girl, we hooked up. It's like, oh damn, she was probably wet. It's like, ew, no, you mean it like that? No, she gave me a peck on the lips. All right, not even a full kiss. It was that was it. It was that quick. That was a whole hookup. It's like, bitch, what? You are taking and using words that you don't even know what they mean. Like, what? In our culture, hookup means kissing. Like, in your culture, you're wrong.
Whatever the case may be. But what I do know and don't need to be Indian about is knowing what pussy popping, which would be classified as AAVE, what that means. But let's hear what she has to say about that whole situation.
Is it true that you said that there was a rotation of guys?
A roster.
Yeah, what does a roster mean to you? What does this mean?
Bro, look at this. He's like, please save me. He's like, save me. He's like, please make this make sense, woman. Come on, make it make sense. Son, I don't even know how you gonna spin this. He don't even know how she gonna spin this, chat, but he said she gonna do something now.
You guys have to understand,
what does that mean
have you
in
ever
Indian?
heard of the repressed Catholic schoolgirl?
Never.
I was, So I was,
His Catholic school was in his living room. Imagine how repressed he was.
I was a repressed Indian girl that I didn't even watch Jersey Shore in high school because I felt it to be too inappropriate. So when I got to college, I'm like, oh my God, I can dress however I want. I can do whatever I want.
You can have a roster of frat boys.
But what does a roster mean?
So it didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like two guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah.
And when you say hooking up, I think people
When
think you
I
meant
mean hooking up, I just meant making out. Again, like everything I say is so amplified and hyperbolic because it's so like incongruous to who I actually am as a person.
Right. So you're saying you're a big old prude.
Yeah, literally.
I do find it a little bit interesting how she doesn't think two guys is a roster and keeps pushing this off as you guys just don't understand. You guys just don't understand. Kind of putting the onus on us as opposed to taking accountability for her own words and interpretations. Like you said, you hooked up with him. That is not a word that only exists in one type of culture. That is a pop culture, massively accepted word for sexual intercourse. Don't put that on us. That's you using lazy wording. And I do also find it strange her explanation about the whole orgy thing, saying that she adopted some of Akash's humor.
One of our fans asked us, would you guys have an orgy? So I just said, oh, I'm actively trying, like as a joke. Now, looking back, like it's been pointed out to me and I get that. I feel like for us, I think I learned so much of my humor from Akash, not to like justify it, but just to explain like, oh, if I say these absurd things, it's so funny because it's not who I actually am.
Right.
But I kind of forgot that like the internet doesn't know all these multi-dimensions of my personality. So they're just seeing this one thing.
Right.
So the orgy joke started with like Akash being like, oh, Nav's really hot. Like Akash would show Nav's picture to his trainer or whatever. Because he's like really like,
Bro, Akash is just like, oh my God. Now you're just saying I'm gay? That's your thing? You're just saying I'm gay now? He's just like, bro, how do you spin it? How do you spin it? She's just saying I'm gay now. Yeah, for some reason my husband continues to talk about this man, so I decided to talk about him as well. I have to be bisexual now. He's just like, but I don't even like him like that. Hell. Still not taking accountability. He's still waiting. Exactly. Bro, Akash is just like, why is she lying? I ain't never say none of that. Look at that. That man's just like, please don't tell me your way of making everything right is saying, yeah, my husband might be bisexual and might leave me for another man. Take accountability for your actions, not blame him.
Yeah.
Even something like that potentially would have checked out with me if Akash was making those same types of jokes. Now, granted, on the Flagrant podcast, they make a bunch of racial jokes. They go out of pocket and out of bounds on a bunch of different things. But one thing that at least I have not seen in my dissection of the entirety of the situation is Akash specifically disrespecting his own relationship and the boundaries that he has, the respect that he has for said relationship on camera, let alone in front of her. She tries to play it off as, yo, this is how we communicate and we laugh and joke. But in that same sit down interview where it was Akash, his wife, and their best friends, the Nav guy and her best friend, there was only one person in that conversation talking about how hot somebody was, how big somebody's penis was, what type of energy they get off, etc., etc. Akash never followed that back up by saying, ooh, I bet Janice's pussy is so wet. Because that's a weird conversation to have. And there are boundaries that people have when it comes to jokes. So please, I think you can save that one for me. That one just does not hit home at all. Now, I will say the reality of all these relationships and situations is that you and your partner live in them and exist in them with your own understandings, on boundaries, you know, things that you guys have agreed upon, and everybody else does not have those. So that's perfectly fine. But when you start to share them to the public, it is quite okay for people to have some sort of commentary on those, create their own opinions, and, you know, not even make up narratives per se, but just let it all play out and come to their own conclusions. Especially when somebody like Akash is somebody who himself is a commentator and has his own conclusions and own judgments about other people's relationships. It would be different if he was giving grace and saying in these Will Smith conversations or Myron conversations and Fresh and Fit Walter conversations, whatever the case may be. Hey guys, you know, I understand what y'all got going on. I don't agree personally, but I'm not going to be critical of it. I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z of it. Why? Because ultimately I have my own things that I do in my relationship, and it's a little bit
he has his own
what y'all do is what y'all do. It's not like they went about doing it that way. He went on and judged. He went on and made grandstanding statements about these people. And ultimately, it looks bad in the light when situations like this happen. And it looks worse in the light when you go through and start deleting a bunch of posts and subreddits and et cetera, while simultaneously claiming that, hey, we don't understand. If we don't understand and it's not that deep of a situation, leave it up there for interpretation.
Damn, he was deleting shit? Oh, well.
Interpretation. Full stop. It doesn't matter. But no, brother. You decided to do what you did. Oh, man, Akash. I'ma pray for you, my guy. I'ma pray for you.
Oh, my God. I think Akash is done. I feel like his whole comedic career kind of just fell to the wayside, seeing that, oh, my goodness. You kind of can't recover from that, Chad. You kind of can.